All right, welcome back to the Miles High Club. And today we're talking college basketball because the Final Four is here. Everyone thought, oh, Miles only talks about football. No, he doesn't. We talk all sports. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for your boy, the Miles High Club. Up in some new things coming soon to this summer. I can't wait. And the NFL draft's coming up very soon, so we're going to be watching that. So let's get to the college basketball for the women's first. We got Texas versus South Carolina. This game, it's gonna be a good game. I mean, obviously both number one seeds. I believe Texas is ranked a little bit higher, but South Carolina, they're always just gonna be good with Dawn Staley being there, and then they have a litany of players, just like Malaysia Fulwiley, Raven Johnson, Tessa Johnson, what's her name, Teeny Pow Pow, the Chloe Kids, the list, the names go on, but they got this girl on Texas named Madison Booker, who is a freak. I think she's a freshman. She's great. I mean, there's a video out there, you probably saw earlier in the season, where she got fouled and she made a layup, and then she's acting like she's hurt, and she goes, hits with the hook 'em horns. You know what I'm saying? And then Roy Harmon coming back from, I think she had 10 months off. So that's going to be a good game. But I just feel like South Carolina, unfortunately, pulls this one off. I really do like Madison Booker. I honestly, personally, just for the switch of things, I would love for Texas to win. But I do think South Carolina pulls this off just because of the amount of players that they have. There's no real star, but they have such a great amount of players. So I'm going to take South Carolina versus Texas here. Next is going to be UConn and UCLA. I mean, this game it's going to be a good one. I'm excited. Kiki Rice is going to be guarding Paige Beckers, I'm guessing, or Gabriela Jaquez is going to go. I don't know who's going to guarding Paige Beckers. You have to figure that out. If Paige doesn't go for 30, I don't see why UCLA doesn't win. Just because I like Sarah Strong, freshman. I like AZ Fudd. Obviously, really good for UConn. But UCLA, Lauren Betts she had an okay game last game, but she could go crazy this game. I like Sarah Strong, but if Sarah Strong gets into foul trouble, Lauren Betts just gets to feast on the backup. I don't see how UCLA loses. So, you know what I'm going to do here? I think that they're going to not figure out how. Look, as a Caitlin Clark supporter, obviously, Paige Becker's winning the finals really does not help Caitlin Clark's case for being the GOAT, even though she's my GOAT in college basketball and women's basketball just so far. I think she's going to be for a long time. But I love Paige Beckers. She's awesome. Obviously, freshman year winning the Player of the Year. Injuries, everyone knows the whole history story, duh. But I think I take UCLA. I really like UCLA. But UConn, they're good. But I'm taking UCLA. I think the UCLA is actually not the favorites to win this, even though they're the number one overall seed, which is kind of crazy. But I do like UCLA to win this game. I'm probably going to put that bet in just because they are not the favorites, and just get more return on my money. So I do take UCLA to beat UConn here. Even though if Paige Beckers goes for over 35, UConn wins. But that's neither here nor there. We're taking UCLA. So let's go UCLA with Kiki Rice. Let's see who can lock her up, Paige Beckers. Then Florida versus Auburn men's. We're going on the men's now. It's going to be a good game. It's just both of these teams, they played each other obviously earlier in the year, both SEC schools. Florida did beat Auburn earlier in the year. These teams, they have their stars. Obviously, Florida has Walter Clayton, and then Auburn has Johnny Broome. Stars, but their teams are so just solid players. I mean, obviously, the two stars I could just say could go crazy, which would help obviously lift one of their teams. But I really think that this game is going to be really good. Just a really well contested game. High scoring for sure compared to the other game because Houston's defense is really good. But I just think Walter Clayton, and Johnny Broom are going to be the stars of this game. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be great to watch. I'm excited to watch that. I think the world wants Florida versus Duke because Walter Clayton gets to go against Cooper Flagg, and that's just going to be a cool thing to watch. Even though they kind of play the same position, but not really. But I really think Auburn wins here. Florida beat them in the early of the year. I just think Auburn just comes out this game, and I don't think they have an answer for Johnny Broom. I think even though he's kind of nicked up, I think he's playing tonight or tomorrow, but we'll see. I really like Auburn here getting this win against Florida, which I'm a big Florida. I do like Florida. I've always liked them, since Chandler Parsons and Bradley Beal were there, way back in the day. But I got Auburn here winning, beating Florida, which is, I think, a take that no one really likes because everyone wants Duke versus Florida. That's what it seems like everyone picked. Then Duke versus Houston. Got that Duke in my chest. Saying Blue Devils, Bull City. You know what I mean? I'm not from there, but I know I've been around the town. You know what I'm saying? I've been around though. Obviously, as a Duke fan, we've got 5 championships. Dating back to the 90s. Now. We've been great. We're a great franchise, a great college organization, as you say. John Shire actually won one. Now he's coaching. I think he will win one. To be honest, I really think that. I think Duke does win it this year, win the national championship, and it's been a while since 2015. And I just saw a guy, he got a tattoo in 2019, and obviously we didn't win the championship there, but he's trying to figure out how, because we're going to win it this year, how to switch his 19 into 25. So if you guys have any suggestions about that, please let me know. But yeah, Duke versus Houston, a lot low scoring, less scoring in this game than the game we just talked about. Just because Houston just slows the game down. They're great at defense. Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple, I think they're both going to go for over 20. I call it. It sounds crazy. Or, I don't know. Tyrese Proctor, he's had in the beginning of this tournament, he had a great couple games. But it's going to be, I just think we're going to blow them out. It's going to be, I feel like 20. Put it on your sports bet books. Going to win by 20. Because even though I love Houston's defense, their offense is but if Emmanuel Sharp, remember that name, Duke fans, if Emmanuel Sharp or LJ Cryer, they two get loose, I'm gonna be so upset because they are going to be the reason that the Duke Blue Devils lose. But I don't think it's going to happen. So I got South Carolina versus UCLA in the final, and then I got for the men's Auburn versus Duke, and Duke winning it. And I think UCLA beats South Carolina. I don't think Dawn Staley gets another one, unfortunately, because it'll be 3 of the last 4 years, and I just want something changed. But so I do take UCLA to win the whole thing for the women's, and I do take Duke to win the whole thing for the men's. You guys have a great one. The Miles High Club, we're out. Make sure you get your game face grooming wipes. Ask my boy Pickle Rick. He's looking extra voluptuous today. But have a good one. Love you guys. Thanks for the support.